This is Maya Shirley. Welcome back to the channel. We took the RegioJet train from Prague Central Station to Vienna main railway station. It took 4 wonderful hours to get here, and from the train station we took a metro to the city center where we will be staying for the next 3 nights. After running in Berlin and Prague, we wanted to take our time to tour Vienna more relaxed. The public transportation in Vienna is extremely comfortable. It is also a very walkable city where each corner has something interesting to see. We arrive at the Grand Ferdinand Hotel of Vienna, which is super comfy, clean and with the most friendly people. Most importantly, we can walk or take a light rail from this location to almost all the museums and landmarks. Because it was not a peak season, we were able to get to this beautiful hotel through hot wire with much more discounts than we expected. After we settled in, we went out to a Vietnamese restaurant right by the hotel. The food was so delicious and delicate, but definitely more pricey than Prague or Berlin. During the night, we went to a walk around Albertina and the Operahouse. The metro system in Vienna is one of the best in Europe, one of the most efficient and reliable in the world. It has been in operation since 1978 and now consists of 5 lines and more than 100 stations, connecting different parts of the city, which serves over 1.2 million people daily. The metro system in Vienna is well connected between buses, trams, and trains. All tickets are sold online or from automated ticket machines. There are also Wi-Fi access points on the metro, so since the day we arrived in Vienna till the day we left for the airport, we only use public transit to get around, which is super convenient with great views, affordable and punctual. After a few stops and just 15 minutes, we arrive at the Schönbrunn Palace. This was the main summer residence of the Habsburg rulers. Located in Hietzing, Vienna, it is one of the most iconic landmarks in Vienna, Austria. This palace was built by Emperor Leopold I in the 17th century and has been a symbol of Austrian culture and history ever since. The palace is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site and hosts millions of visitors every year. This palace has been expanded and renovated over the centuries. Altogether, there were about 1,441 rooms, mostly decorated with stunning Baroque interiors. Not all rooms are open to tourists. There are always some rooms that are still in restoration or repainting. Sometimes you can see the artists restoring the details of the palace, which was quite amazing. The garden surrounding the palace is absolutely massive and stunning with the view of Vienna, with their lush green lawns and colorful flower beds every corner of this imperial garden. After a long walk around the Schönbrunn Palace and the Imperial Gardens, we came out and found a Chinese noodle shop right by the landmark, where there were a lot of people. So we went in and ordered very delicious noodles. It was super delicious and fresh and very authentic for a decent price. We took the metro back to the city center to tour around St. Stephen's Cathedral. St. Stephen's Cathedral is one of the most iconic landmarks located in the heart of Vienna. The cathedral was built in 1147 and has been a symbol of Vienna ever since. It is one of the most famous cathedrals in Europe and hosts millions of visitors each year. The impressive Gothic architecture, towering spires, and the intricate carvings make this building a sight to behold. The cathedral has been home to numerous important events throughout its long history, including coronations and royal weddings. It also houses many works of art by some of Europe's greatest artists. It is one of the most important religious sites in Europe until this day as a testament to Vienna's long-standing traditions and values. So this is something you should not miss when you're in Vienna. Right by the cathedral, there were some friendly folks all dressed up like in the medieval times, offering us tickets to go to some of the concerts showcasing during that night. The tickets were much less expensive and easier to get by than having to reserve weeks beforehand, for instance, the Vienna Operahouse or other grand arenas. And for these smaller concerts, you don't need to be all dressed up in tuxedos for the night, which we didn't have at the time. So we bought the tickets, each for 35 euros, and went to the concerts in a historical building near the Sisi Museum. And it was wonderful. It was a tiny symphony concert in a ballroom. Who knows belonged to which countess or duke in the past. Mozart is one of the most famous composers in history. His music has been enjoyed by generations. Vienna is the city where he lived and worked, with long history and strong cultural ties to the music of Mozart. From concerts and operas to monuments, Vienna is filled with reminders of Mozart's genius. The next day, we walked to the shopping area and found Café Aida, the famous pink cafe of Vienna, the Instagram hotspot, where everything is pink, and all the waiters dressed in pink costumes as well. There's always a big line of people for obvious reasons. We decided to give a try, as we are not running or in a rush this time. It was worth the wait. We took some Instagram-worthy photos, and actually the hot chocolate and sandwiches are quite delicious. The price was really okay, not bad at all. So if you don't mind waiting in line for half an hour just to get served, you should definitely try it. But I'm sure this is not the only cafe that offers the variety of Austrian bakery and sandwiches. There are tons and tons of fancy cafes throughout this open area that all look very good and most of the time packed with crowds. After breakfast, we walked 5 minutes to the Spanish Riding School right beside the Sisi Museum. The Spanish Riding School in Vienna is one of the oldest and most prestigious equestrian schools in the world. Founded in 1572, the school has been teaching classical dressage for over 4 centuries, making it an integral part of Austrian culture. The school also plays an important role in preserving the Spanish Lipizzaner horse breed, which is native to Austria. There are some performances of these horses at Spanish Riding School's regular shows and exhibitions, but we didn't get the chance to watch any at this time. But it has to be some majestic shows worth seeing if you're already here. Sisi Museum. This museum is a must-see for anyone interested in the life and times of Empress Elizabeth of Austria. Located in the heart of Vienna, this museum houses an impressive collection of artifacts, documents, and photographs that tell the story of Elizabeth's personal life. Through this museum, you can explore the history behind her rise to power and her relationship with other royals and her influence on Austrian culture. In this museum, you can see a lot of artworks and dresses and jewelries that belong to the Empress, so you can learn more about one of Europe's most powerful female rulers at that time. The museum houses a collection of over 4,000 artifacts that belong to the Empress and her family. This museum also features a library with books and letters that belong to the Empress. In the afternoon, we walked into St. Peter's Catholic Church of Vienna, which was built in 1702 with stunning Baroque architecture, ornate facade, and majestic domes. It also houses works of art, including paintings by Peter Paul Rubens. In the afternoon, we walked around 15 minutes to the Austrian National Library, in which they are also showing a papyrus collection at the time. The Austrian National Library in Vienna is a grand and impressive library, filled with a wealth of knowledge and history. It is one of the oldest libraries in the world. Established in 1793 with a collection of over 7 million books, the library is home to some of the most important works from Austria's past, including manuscripts, maps, and prints. It also houses an extensive collection of books from all around Europe. This library is a combination of history and modern facilities, and this is my favorite library so far I have ever seen. So I highly recommend you to take some time to tour around this beautiful and historical library. Around Vienna once again. This super clean, neat, relaxed, and magnificent city really is a perfect combination of all good qualities. That is why Vienna has been many times the #1 most habitable city in the world. Coming here this time and seeing everything, we strongly agree this is truly one of the most comfortable, calm, and harmonic cities we have ever set foot on. Vienna trip has been an exciting experience with lasting memories. This is such a magical city with so many cultural attractions, delicious cuisine, and friendly people. We highly recommend you to take more time to tour and to enjoy the vibe of the city. Thank you for watching. In our next episode, we will be arriving in London, and if you want to see how we bike around London city centre, don't forget to subscribe.